Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. Senator, it's great to see you tonight.
Thank you.
Now, the Democrats clearly have made at least a decision for the time being that because they had these wins in this off-year election, they have the political wins at their backs, and they don't believe a compromise on anything is what the right course is. Your reaction tonight?
Well, look, I watched this weekend where some of my colleagues said, oh, we'll be out of the shutdown by Thursday. By Friday, they were very confident. So I entered the week optimistic. And some of my Republican colleagues are meeting with the Democrats. In fact, most members of the Senate are running around like ants in a sugar bowl, like a bunch of headless chickens. But in my opinion, we're nowhere near getting out of this shutdown. The Democrats, supposedly we were told today at lunch that we're going to have a vote tomorrow and that the so-called moderate Democrats have come together and they're going to support us. I think they're still stamping their little feet. I don't believe they will support us. And I've never believed any of this stuff. Around here, it's not what you say, it's what you do that shows what you believe, and everything else is just cottage cheese. I think we're going to be shut down at least 10 more days, maybe 2 weeks, maybe longer than that. And I don't know what else to do. I've voted 14 times to open up government. They voted 14 times to keep it closed down, and all they ever do is talk and stamp their little feet and keep government shut down and blame us.
Now, I know, Senator, that you tried to get federal workers paid tonight and then to block pay for members of Congress.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, I had two bills to look, I haven't been taking my salary. Some colleagues have. I'm not putting anybody down. I just think there ought to be one rule for everybody, and nobody else is being paid, so I don't think members of Congress ought to be paid. And I offered the Senate two bills. One was a spicy version, and one was a mild version. I started with the spicy. But both of my bills were blocked. There were a bunch of Democrats on the floor. I thought they were going to block them, but Senator Rand Paul blocked both of my bills, and that was kind of a disappointment.
Well, Senator Sanders has a view on the shutdown and who's responsible. Watch this, Senator.
There is a revolt against Trumpism. I think Democrats have the momentum. And now what has got to happen is Trump has got to come to the table and say, okay, let's make sure that premiums do not go up. Let's make sure that we do not throw millions of people off health. If he does that, we can end the shutdown tomorrow.
Your response to him, Senator?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, Bernie is one of the fathers of Obamacare, which has been an unmitigated disaster. Now he wants to extend it and put more money into it, which will be like just putting a fresh coat of paint on rotten wood. Number two, look, I really don't hate anybody, and I like Senator Sanders, but he's a light that attracts a lot of strange moths. And one of them just got elected to be mayor of New York. And Bernie is a socialist. But the socialists and the Democratic Party are in charge. Their real leader's not Bernie, as you pointed out. It's Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. She will either be, in the future, she'll either, if the Dems take the House, she will overthrow Hakeem Jeffries and become Speaker, or she will run against Senator Schumer, or she'll run for president. She's running the show for the Democrats. That's just a natural fact.
Do you ever hear any conversation in the hallway among your Democrat colleagues, maybe the senators from Virginia, others who tend to be slightly more centrist, who are at all concerned about what's happened to the Democrat Party? I mean, they won, Tuesday night, but where is this going?
Yes, I do hear it. A lot of them are scared. They see that the loon wing, the socialist wing, whatever you want to call it, the Bolshevik wing of the party has taken over, and they're scared of that wing of that party. And many of them are scared to say anything. But others, even the moderate, so-called moderate Democrats, they just have this deep, abiding hatred for President Trump. They just can't accept that he won the election. And, you know, they need to be put down their juice boxes and be adults and, I don't know, drink a big old tall glass of get over it and accept the fact that president is the president. But they really can't. There really is something to this Trump derangement syndrome. Even the more reasonable Democrats just can't seem to get past it.
So, Senator, do you agree with President Trump that given what's at stake for the country, that it's time for Republicans to consider dumping out of the filibuster rule, because the Democrats are obviously going to dump out of it themselves the next chance they get and run the table,
well,
regardless of what Republicans do?
No, I don't agree with him. I'm not ready to get rid of the filibuster or the blue slip. I don't know what the Senate in the next Congress is going to look like. I think Republicans will hold the Senate. I think what President Trump is really frustrated about is the fact that the Senate's not doing anything, and he's right. We haven't done anything. We passed the one big beautiful bill, which we would not have been able to do without the president's involvement. And since then, we've done nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. In fact, we had a meeting. Every time I brought up the idea of doing a second reconciliation bill where we don't need Democrats, our leadership just ignores me. And you know, I don't blame the president for being frustrated. He's frustrated that we're not getting up off our ice cold lazy butts and passing bills that would be part of his agenda. And frankly, I don't blame him for feeling that way.
All right, Senator. Well, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Could be a very difficult Thanksgiving for anyone who wants to travel. Well, sounds like it. Doesn't sound good.